But I do respect the fact that it's going to do big numbers. It's just not boxing. And I don't think we should promote it as boxing.
Leaked footage from Gervonta Davis's training camp shows him trading punches with heavyweight-sized sparring partners ahead of his bout with Jake Paul. Stop closing up. Got to let it go. Keep turning. Keep turning. Step. Keep turning. The clips reveal Tank testing his power against towering opponents, proving he's not intimidated by the size difference.
Stop closing up. Gotta let it go. Keep turning, step around. Keep turning.
The clips reveal Tank testing his power against towering opponents, proving he's not intimidated by the size difference.
His team reportedly arranged these intense sessions to toughen him up and silence critics who doubt his ability to handle bigger fighters. Gervonta Davis has been taking on much larger opponents during his training sessions, sparring with heavyweights and power punchers to sharpen his strength and timing. These intense sessions show how confident he is, refusing to stay within his own weight class as he tests himself against fighters who outweigh him significantly. Jake Paul has made a career out of picking fights that grab attention and stir controversy. He doesn't choose opponents randomly. Every matchup is designed to favor him in some way while still leaving room for doubt.
Exciting is when you look at one corner, you're like, that guy can't be beat. And you look at the other corner, you're like, that guy can't be beat. And they're about to fight. It just feels like Jake Paul is always picking fights where he has a massive advantage. Like now he's fighting Gervonta Davis, who's, I don't know how much smaller, but probably close to like 80 pounds smaller, which is a crazy, significant weight advantage for Jake Paul. Now, you have to also look at the other way. Gervonta has a crazy advantage over Jake Paul. He has incredible amount of skill, more years of training. For sure, pound for pound, he would mop the floor with Jake Paul. But this is what makes the fight exciting. And two guys fighting, and we don't know who's going to win. Guys, what's the key to having a fight that's exciting? Is when you look at one corner, you're like, that guy can't be beat. And you look at the other corner, you're like, that guy can't be beat. And they're about to fight. Somebody's about to say go, and these guys got to go at it. So that's what makes a fight exciting. And so this is kind of that. Because if they were the same weight, none of us would tune in. We would be like, this is just a punching bag for Gervonta. It doesn't make the fight exciting. But because Jake Paul is so big, so much bigger, it makes the fight exciting.
Whether it's a difference in weight, experience, or style, Jake always finds a setup that gives him leverage, but keeps the audience guessing. That tension between control and risk is what makes his fights addictive. Fans know he's calculating, yet they also sense the danger that comes with testing himself against unpredictable rivals. Each fight becomes a story of advantage balanced by possibility, a gamble that leaves viewers wondering who will take control when the bell rings. Promoter Eddie Hearn believes this upcoming fight between Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul crosses a dangerous line. He argues that boxing's true identity lies in competition, not in theatrical events created for publicity. For him, this fight feels like a show disguised as a sporting contest. The size difference between the two fighters makes it clear that they are not meeting under fair circumstances. Jake Paul is naturally bigger.
There was a chance that Jake would fight in November. I think, wasn't I the one that broke Jake Paul against Gervonta Davis 6 months ago or something? I knew that they'd agree that deal. I didn't know they were about to announce it then. But I did know that they'd agreed that deal previously. So I don't like it, if I'm honest. I mean, I think we need to really differentiate between boxing and an entertainment concept. And that's what that is. It's a freak show. It's entertainment. It's a lightweight fighting a cruiserweight, with, I don't know, is it bigger gloves and certain minutes per round. I don't know what it is, but I understand the market and I understand this freak show shock kind of the world mentality of people potentially tuning in. Is that a step too far? Maybe. I mean, I hated Jake Paul against Mike Tyson, but it did massive numbers. I hate Jake Paul against Gervonta Davis. It'll probably do massive numbers. So that's when you really have to differentiate yourself between just because you don't like it doesn't mean it isn't going to do good business. Now, whether you want to be involved with it is another kettle of fish. I don't want to be involved with it, but I do respect the fact that it's going to do big numbers. It's just not boxing. And I don't think we should promote it as boxing.
In the meantime, then, Eddie, where does that leave you with Anthony Joshua? Are you exploring other options for the end of this year, or are you still looking at that fight for the
Yeah,
beginning?
no, we're not interested in the Jake Paul fight right now. After that, I mean, like, you know, we're not going to wait around till November. Is it November or December, whenever it is,
November.
and yeah, and see how he gets on. I mean, if he gets chinned by Gervonta Davis, we can't exactly make the Anthony Joshua.
While Gervonta comes from lighter divisions built on speed and precision. Hearn warns that when boxing becomes too focused on entertainment, it risks losing its foundation as a professional sport. He sees this event not as a clash of skill, but as a business performance meant to pull in views and money, which could erode the respect boxing has earned through generations of discipline and sacrifice. Former champion Paulie Molina takes a more realistic view of the fight.
I don't think when I watch it, I don't. I just think he's fighting opponents that, are not with it anymore or are too small for him and whatnot. But in this situation, it is an exhibition. So you've got to keep in mind that this could be set up. This could be like WWE. This one could be set up. I don't know. I'm not saying it is, but this is not a sanctioned fight, champ. This is an exhibition. And an exhibition means you cannot bet on it. You cannot bet on the result. If you remember, this is why they changed the Mike Tyson fight from an exhibition to a real fight, because they realized, an exhibition, you could stage it and they couldn't take bets on it. So this is an exhibition. There is no betting on it. So that means, I'm not saying people are going crazy with the opinions who's going to win, who's going to lose. You don't know what size gloves they're going to wear. You don't even know if they're going to stage the whole thing, because this is something that, as an exhibition, it's not illegal to stage it. So I think this could be all kinds of crazy, wacky stuff. This is a bit of a circus, in my opinion.
Who would you think should win that fight? Would you think that Davis should be able to get in there, even though the size did 100 pounds? Do you think he should be able to do it?
If they don't stage it and don't kind of set up a sort of a mild sparring session, I'd say Davis has a chance. Depends on the size of the gloves. Because here's the thing: Jake is probably 100 pounds bigger than the guy. That's a lot of weight, Carl. You've been in a boxing ring. That still counts. And if you make the gloves small, Gervonta could technically hurt Jake even if he hits him. But the problem is the gloves are small. Jake could also hurt Gervonta because Gervonta's so small. Gervonta's so much smaller than him. So do you make the gloves big, and then really who's got an advantage? I don't know. Technically Gervonta's a lot better boxer, but he's so much smaller. I've stood next to Jake. Jake's a big guy. It's like I said, it's a bit of a circus freak show, and that's why I don't put it out of the question that this exhibition could be a bit staged.
He reminds fans that this event should not be mistaken for an official boxing match. It's a show. He points out that there is no betting, no serious ranking impact, and no long-term consequences for either fighter's career. To him, the bout is more like a modern exhibition, something meant to entertain the masses rather than test professional limits. He emphasizes that people should enjoy it as a spectacle, not a competition. Malignagi's take reflects the frustration of many purists who feel that boxing is drifting toward showmanship over integrity. But at the same time, his honesty shows that this is where the sports business side has evolved, where personality and promotion can outweigh belts and titles. Wade Plemons from the Wade Concept describes Jake Paul as a master of manipulation who understands how to use fame and ego as weapons. Jake doesn't just throw punches. He plays psychological games that pull opponents into his world.
And number 3, the retirement.
I mean, the backlash is just what people do nowadays. That's just, you give somebody a keyboard, you give them a phone, and they able to hide their face. Yeah, they're gonna have a field day. The backlash I get, I understand. What'd you say, number 2, not fighting Shakur?
Yeah, he's saying he'll never fight Shakur, that he ain't gonna do him no favors, that he ain't gonna help him make no money because Shakur broke or something like that. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't get all that. That's, you know what I mean, that's against the game. Like, you know what I mean? You at least owe that fight for the game. You know what I mean? You owe the rematch to Lamont for the game. But you owe Shakur for the game just because of the 2 style matchups, you know what I mean? But if he feel like he don't gotta fight him, guess what? We can't sit here and just go crazy about it. But it is kind of crazy. It is kind of corny, you know what I'm saying? If he not gonna fight Shakur, and if he's standing on it like, I'm not ever gonna fight you, I'm not doing you no favors, and all right. But then again, you know what? I don't know what them guys got going on. I don't know what they've been through personally, you know what I'm saying? But would I love to see that fight? Hell yeah, I would love to see that fight. And then number 3, you said what? You said
Retirement.
The retirement. Oh, boxing. Boxing. They're around. They're around. It's always gloves around. It's on you. It's on you. I'm chilling. You all right? Yeah, get with me. I know. How you feel? Dark skin boy. That's my man. The retirement is like he done a lot in his career, right? Not everything, but he done a lot. What people don't understand is his business is a lot. This whole experience is a lot. The shit these fighters go through is hard to explain. It's hard to explain because people, they can't see it, so they can't understand it. But it's stressful to the fighters because they coming from just getting ready to fight in the amateurs, being prepared, going out there, win, get it done, celebrate. All right, we back to the next camp. To now, marketing. You're talking about marketing. You're talking about lawyers. You're talking about all this shit that you just never imagined. You like, why do I have to deal with it?
He knows how to build tension, provoke responses, and turn challenges into viral moments. Wade explains that Jake lured Gervonta Davis into this fight